So you like that music too, don't you?
Man, I was vibing the whole time.
I'm telling you, man. Just want to keep going, man. So, might we see a shift in the NFL if this positionless football takes off this year? Just might. Got a few buddies that's going to help me talk about it, man. Mike might be here. He will explain his situation here, and it's fine. He's good. It's actually a really good situation, but we'll explain it in just a few minutes. And welcome in, folks, to episode 111 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons Fancast. My name is John, your host tonight, joined by our great friends and brothers, man. We got Fleek and we got Saivion from the New Millennium Falcons podcast around the block. What is going on, boys?
What's up, my guy? Hey, I'm happy to be back. It is late June. That means football season is around the corner. I can smell it. And I am ready.
Yeah, I am with you, man. Saivion, what's going on with you, buddy?
Fleek said it best. I can smell it. The training camp dates have already come out. You can start to feel it. The air is starting to get thick. It's wonderful, man. I cannot wait. Let's get into it.
I'm telling you, man. And so we can't start the show without saying, I mean, since the last time we had you guys on, it was a live draft night, which was amazing in itself. We're gonna be doing that every year, by the way. But Saivion, man, you got a new gig in the meantime, man. Tell the folks, even though it's not Falcons related. I mean, we gotta promote you, buddy.
Yes, I did get a new gig. I do now work for Tyler Forness and the Vikings Wire over at USA Today. I am covering the Minnesota Vikings. That does not mean that I am still not a common Atlanta Falcons apologist. All it means is that I now have to share my thoughts and views with the Vikings fans and everything. But I did get a new gig. It's a lot of fun.
Congrats.
How are they feeling about Dalvin Cook situation? Like, are they?
So the thing with Dalvin Cook is the Dalvin Cook it was kind of a perfect storm to where Dalvin Cook had like his first like off year, and it mixed in with like his contract year, and it also mixed in with the fact that, you know, they're kind of looking towards the future now. Like last year was, I won't say an anomaly, but kind of an anomaly. They went 11-0 in like one-score games. That's never going to happen again. So it's like, does it suck to lose Dalvin Cook? Yes. It is going to suck to lose that much production from your bell cow back. But at the same time, it's like, you know, we need to start looking towards the future anyway. Started to look towards to getting younger anyway. So
nice.
It is what it is.
Well, y'all can obviously see that Mike's not here tonight, but I was going to explain it, but I'm going to let him explain it himself because he is here, sort of. Well, that was like the worst tease ever. Right? Well, I mean, like he's here, but he's not here.
What? What?
There he is.
There we go. Hey,
my guy.
I had to pop in real quick. Hey, man, I just wanted to tell y'all what's going on. I'm out of my Falcon mind, okay? I'm moving, so I'm enjoying my pool one last time. I'm out.
Oh, man.
I don't know if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me?
Now we can.
Now
you can. Yeah.
I said I'm about to move, right? So I'm out here at my pool one last time, enjoying myself. I got a beautiful, beautiful girl with me, and I'm drinking. I'm having a blast. I'm out of my fucking mind. Man, what's going on, man? Is everybody good? Man, hey, y'all too serious. Y'all talk about Dalvin Cook. Is we winning the Super Bowl or not?
Oh, well, that's a great
Is that
question.
A given? Man, I'm jumping straight to it. Are we winning the Super Bowl or not?
Hey, Mike, I'm going to tell you like this, my brother. I'm more confident this year than I've been since 2017.
I'll tell you,
I'll say that.
That's good.
Yeah.
For sure.
But But how are you on the no scale? Are you on the believe scale or are you on the no? I know.
I believe.
You hear me?
I don't know.
Come
I
on,
believe.
Fleek, Saivion. Come on,
I'm
Saivion.
believing
No,
hard, brother.
no for me, Saivion. No for me, Saivion. Do you believe or you know? I mean, that's a different vibration, man.
Listen, man. I gotta lean more towards believe because I can't say no with all the talent we got.
Yeah. Mess joined in, man. I'm thinking I should have stayed off live. I should have just stayed in the pool. And I love y'all, man. What's up? What y'all talking about, man? What's the topic? What's the topic, man? What we talking about?
Oh, we just started off, buddy. I was just gonna tell everybody that you were moving. You're actually gonna be like 25 minutes from me. So we may do some shows together now, like in the same spot. And look at that face. Look at that face.
It's a perfect reaction.
Y'all can hear me? Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yeah. We got you. Yeah.
I'm going right behind y'all. I'm gonna be right there. So we going.
Kind of in and out, buddy.
Here.
There we go.
There we go.
It seems like you've got like good coverage and bad coverage depending on what side.
Yeah.
Huh?
It just depends. You got
I
good
don't even know what's
coverage and
going
some
on.
bad coverage. Like you go
I'm
in.
telling you, it's
all good, man.
Hey, young. I'm gonna tell you what I really would like to do. I really would like to flip this camera so y'all can see what I'm looking at, but I can't do that for various reasons. But oh my God, like I'm having a blast, man. I'm out of my Falcon mind. I just wanted to pop in and say this, man. I'm gonna move closer to John, so we should do podcasts together now. We're gonna have a whole lot of shit coming, man. I'm like, as of right now, I'm way on the other side from John. Like John is nowhere close to me. Like, but we going right over there. I'm going right by John, so we should be having a blast. But I had to pop in because I love Fleek and Saivion, and I'm not gonna never miss this shit. You know, I'm supposed to be packing. Brother. Hey, bro, I started packing. I had a beer, and it said, "Look, why don't we go to the pool?" And she happened to have a bikini just on deck, and I was like, "You know what you brought that for?" But I won't get into that. I'm out of my Falcon mind, you know. But like, hey, Lord. So here's what I just want to ask y'all one question before I go. Is there a hang up? Is there any type of hang up that you feel is hanging you up from being all the way in? From being just is there one thing that is stopping you from just being like I would jump 2 feet in this pool head first, but I can't because of what?
Well, I just Arthur Smith has to show me that he can use all of these unicorns correctly. Like, he has to show me that this won't just be a repeat of last year plus a little spice. Like, I need to see growth in his play call, and I need to see growth in the identity of the offense. Even though we have a great identity, I just need to know that Bijan will be able to be used like he should be. And Kyle Pitts.
Okay. What's up? Savvy, what you got? Curry, what's up? Hey, Curry, I'm about to get wasted. But, hey.
He's very good. My man's is very good. I just don't know about. I mean, don't get me wrong. We upgraded the defense immensely. Like, it looks fantastic on paper, but we don't know what Ryan Nielsen is as a defensive play caller. We don't know if all of these guys are going to gel. I mean, it's a brand new defense. It's a brand new group of guys. I mean, they have to have time to gel. It might not look good when we first get into it. Like, I know we go up against a rookie quarterback, but if we don't look good against Bryce Young, there's going to be some questions like, okay, what are we doing here?
But I'm saying, what week you think? So I'm saying, man, what week you think it all gels? Like, what week you think it all coming together?
So
are you saying early, or you thinking like in the halfway?
So with defense, it should come a little bit easier than, let's say, like a new offensive group, because there's not as many. I'm not gonna say it's not as many calls, because it's everything in football at this level is just complicated. But I'll say that it's more based on reactionary things, and you can kind of be more athletic when it comes to defense. So it should look a lot better as far as if it comes out slow, it should be good by at least week 6.
I was just about to say, because we play Houston in week 5, and if we don't lock in that week, I don't think it's happening until about week 12.
Exactly.
John, you think it's gelling, or it's going to look ugly at first? Or you think it's just going to come out the gate?
Mute, John.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I thought I can't hear you.
Man,
Thank you.
I thought I said I'm wasted. I can't hear shit. Listen, I ain't want to say nothing. I'm nodding, going along with the show, but I'm like, I don't know what he's saying. I was just about to play it off.
No, man, I said,
Dog?
no, I said, no, I think with all as talented those guys are, like, I don't think they're going to look bad. I don't think they can just look terrible. I think just that training camp and that preseason time, that'll be the time they use to get all their communication down, which would be really it. Really, it'll just be them knowing what the guy to the left and to the right of them are doing, and then understanding obviously the scheme that Nielsen is throwing out there, which I think is going to be a little bit more straightforward than what Dean Pease had. Dean Pease seemed to have
That's true.
Advanced chemistry type of degree to understand. Right.
Yeah.
So I think this will be more of a kind of a see ball, go get ball, hit player, whatever type of defense. So, with some nuances in it, but yeah, I don't think that, I'm with Fleek. I mean, and both those guys, I think, week 4 or 5, you should start seeing like a good, formed defense. Yeah, for sure.
So I just want to say, y'all, real quick before I leave, and this has nothing to do with football, but I have to say this, man, it's 1,000 reasons every day for y'all to be mad or be angry, or to have an attitude, or to sneak diss each other. I be seeing y'all be doing that shit on Twitter. You sneak diss each other. Or it's 1,000,000 reasons to enjoy your motherfucking self. You feel me? And you don't gotta have a pool to do that, but you could grab a beer to do that. You could turn on Netflix to do that. You could turn on music to do that. You could find a fine girl to do that. You could play with your kid to do that. You could write in your journal to do that. You could smoke weed to do that. You could eat an edible to do that. You could masturbate to do that. Whatever you need to do. But I'm saying, enjoy your motherfucking life. It's short, and you never know when it's over, or you never know when that. So just enjoy yourself, man, because life is it's way more reasons to have fun every day than it is to be mad. Just always remember that. And you heard that from me. Cheers to you guys.
I love
buddy,
that, bro. Appreciate it.
You have a great night, buddy, and good luck moving whenever you're packing. Yeah. Good luck packing after you go back, because that's not going to work. That's not going to work now.
It's not gonna work now, but I'm gonna pack some other things, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pack some other things, and I'm gonna pack it good, man. Hey, I just had to come in. I love y'all boys, man. I
love you too, bro.
And when it's Fleek and Saivion, I'm not gonna miss the show. I gotta pop in no matter what I'm doing. I'm glad if I popped in an hour, you wouldn't want to see what I was doing. All right, so I had to pop in now.
Got it in early. Man, I appreciate it.
Hey, I just want to tell y'all that I love. Hey, and I had to say this too, Fleek and Saivion. Y'all have like if I had to pick a underrated podcast, it would be y'all's. I was thinking about that the last week. That 100%. It's in the whole thing, it would be the most underrated. So I just need everybody to go check it out. So it's not that underrated. They are the shit in every way. If y'all go check them out. But y'all got to go over there and look. Because if you don't look, you got to take my word for it. And I'm not the most trustworthy guy. Don't take my word for it. Just go look yourself. I love those boys. But I do have to go because I'm not paying attention to somebody that's looking extremely nice right now, okay? So I'm going. Sir. I just want to say I love you guys. I'm out of my Falcon mind. And we will go undefeated and win the Super Bowl. I promise.
100%. Love you, Mike.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
All right, man. I love y'all boys, man.
Later. You too, bro. Have a good night.
God damn it, man.
Hey, is that not what life is about right there, bro?
Right there, man. Right there.
Look, man. Mike said, he said it last week on the show, man. He said that, and we all know. I mean, he's dealt with a lot of stuff, like not good stuff, but he lives an amazing life outside of it. Like he has the most fun of anybody I know, man. But anyway, so that's kind of what he's obviously was going to pack. His apartment, but he really has to move this weekend, so he's got to get his shit together and get out, because he's been looking for months now, and it's just like the last minute thing. They told him he got it, so which is great. Like I said, he's going to be 25 minutes from me, so we can hang out and like I said, do shows together and do more stuff together. So it'll be fun. It'll be great, man. I can't wait. And let me backtrack since Mike came in here. Variety Sports Network is we're coming to you on. Make sure you guys check out Variety Sports. They are 15 subs, I believe, short of 300. So go ahead, and if you all want to drop them a sub, feel free. Yeah, wherever it might be where Savion's pointing there. We appreciate you guys for subbing to our channel. We are at 654, I believe, somewhere around there. So we keep growing, man. We appreciate that. 5-star reviews. We got a new 5-star review, which we always tell folks, if you do it, I will read it out on the show, which I got to do. And it's from the Pint Glass Football Podcast. So they must have checked us out. So we appreciate that, Pint Glass. He said, if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, this is a must-listen podcast. Appreciate that, brother. And let's see. I think I want to hit everything I needed to hit. Yeah, if you listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, man, drop us a 5-star review. Just helps us reach more Falcons fans on those platforms as well. We appreciate all the folks listening, watching, however you get our content, man. We really appreciate it. And Mike will be back next week in his new spot when we have our show then. So let's jump in the chat before we go any further, guys. Kenny, what's going on, man? He said, what's up, fellas? They want to sleep on us, then let them sleep. We beat them, they're going to be putting them straight to night. That's what I'm talking about, man. So I'm talking about. Bubba Gump, what's going on, man? Jeff, what's up? Jordan, what's going on, man? Falcons fan, hope everyone's doing well. D, man, good to see you, brother. He said, let's go. What's going on, fellas? Let's go Ritter. Let's go Falcons. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Y'all saw Grady's Instagram, right?
Oh, yeah. He was even on Good Morning Football this morning talking about it.
I saw that.
I actually did not. What did I miss this time?
He just put it was just a picture of Dez coming out like a training camp, and he just said, what was it, just watch? Or I think it was just watch, right?
Something
like that.
Yeah, just watch, something like that. Because basically Dez posted something on Instagram. It was like year 2 loading, and like everybody was on his comments like, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's your time. Yeah, I did see that. Okay, never mind.
Carrie, what's going on? I know Mike, sorry to say it to you, but what's up, Falcons? I'm excited for Fleek and Saivion to be on the show tonight. Feels like it's been forever. It has. Miss Pam, what's going on? Uncle Steve, man, what's cracking, man? He said, what's up, gentlemen? Let's go. Make sure y'all check out Uncle Steve's Lounge, man, every week, man. A couple of great shows every week. Does not miss. Jamal, what's up, brother? Mactown Dirty, what's happening? Alberto, man. Berto's on vacation checking us out, man. I think he's
shout out to you, Berto.
Should be on vacation.
Oh, vacay?
Yeah, man. I think he's down in Florida right now.
I'm trying to get like you.
Yeah, man.
What?
Exactly.
For real?
Exactly, man. Yeah, man. Jamal, yeah, Mike, yeah. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man. Bubba Gump said, will Michael Walker finally be worth a damn?
We answered that?
I mean, it's funny. When we were on Locked On Falcons, shout out to Aaron Freeman. We were on there. I asked Aaron about Michael, and he kind of had no opinion. He was like, "Yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen with him." I'm kind of the same. I'm in the same boat. Like, I really don't know either. It's pretty decent rookie season. Then we thought he was going to probably be more than he was last year when he got the green dot. We were like, "Oh shit, okay, he's really took that next step." And then it was like, yeah, maybe he didn't take that next step. Maybe it was a little bit too much for him. Then he kind of fell off a little bit. So I'm not ready to throw him out yet, because I know going through a different couple of defenses and like different, not defenses, but different positions can, that can work. That can affect the dude, especially if it doesn't go his way. So I'm interested to see what he does with Nielsen, man. I'm interested. What do you guys say? Saivion, start with you, buddy.
So with Michael Walker, the one thing that I love is that we have completely revamped everything in front of him. So now, I mean, last year, don't get me wrong, we did see his shortcomings, and they were fairly short. But we have now something we have this infrastructure in front of him where it's like, okay, he can kind of be more aggressive and not have to worry about, oh, am I going to even have this lane to come shoot down? Or am I going to, have to worry about what's going on in front of me to where I can't really focus on what's going on behind me? Not excusing his bad play last season. I'm not. I'm just saying that there should be a little bit more optimism as far as, what he should be able to accomplish now that he can kind of just focus on him, essentially.
Makes sense. Yeah. What about you, Fleek?
Yeah, I would agree. Like Michael Walker, I did expect him to take a step forward last year. I don't know if we actually saw that, but one thing about guys like that in that situation, usually if things don't go their way this season, they're supposed to take a step. When you take a little bit of the responsibility off of their plate, they tend to be able to be more free and play more like themselves. So hopefully Michael has a good season. I don't think he's a bad player. Obviously he has things he needs to work on like everybody does. And I'm hoping, with Caden next to him, with Troy hopefully also progressing, hopefully the room as a whole bounces off of one another. And when Michael Walker was in college, he was a similar type of player as Caden Ellis kind of is right now. So I'm actually kind of interested to see if they work well off of each other, and maybe he picks up some things from Caden's game, So, hopefully he does. I'm not sure, but I don't think he'll be worse than last year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he'll be better than last year, and I like for all the reasons y'all just said. I think he'll be more relaxed, and what's in front of him is fucking so much better than it was last year. So I mean, it's not even a conversation. So yeah, it should be better, man. Carrie, oh yeah, it does say drip fillet. It's an amazing
didn't
shirt.
even peep that. That is fire.
For y'all listening, Saivion has a shirt on. It says drip fillet in the Chick-fil-A kind of wording, and it's amazing. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. JJ, what's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. Jay Black said it's going to take about 5 games to get the D-Dom. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think that's about right. Yeah. Somewhere around there. Jamal, what's happening, man? And Wolf Day 1A1, man. Make sure y'all check out Wolf on YouTube, man. Got great stuff on the Falcons as well. Good to see you, brother. Everybody laughing at Mike here.
Yes.
Get through those. Douglas, he said enjoy Falcon more. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Dirty Fanatics, not a Chase. What's going on, brother? Hey, shout out to Chase, man. Chase joined us last week on the show. It was awesome. And he's got his own channel going now. Caught his show last week, man. It was really good. And obviously you can catch him on One Time for the Fan as well on Sunday. So make sure y'all drop Dirty Fanatics United a sub because Chase will bring you some good content as well. Hey, appreciate you, Uncle Steve. Appreciate you, man. All right, so we'll get to the next topic and I'll get back in the chat a little bit, guys. Just a few things that's happened this week. It's the summertime. It's kind of slow. We know that, which, by the way, thank you guys for watching this on June 28th. I mean, it's awesome. Y'all. I mean, seriously. I mean, like, this is great, man. We're here talking Falcons and bullshitting on June 28th, and you guys are tuned in. So that's amazing. We appreciate y'all. And then even the dog's happy about it. That's great.
Right?
So Kyle Smith got promoted to assistant GM. We heard that. And Ryan Pace got named director of player personnel. Some may say he was already that way since he had already brought many of the players that he took from or that he had at the Bears. I thought it was a pretty good move, man. Kyle Smith, I think, probably would have been on somebody's list to be picked from us pretty soon. So I think giving him that promotion, maybe keeps him here a little bit longer. You listen to him speak. I mean, he's got it together. Like, I think at Washington, he was part of that crew that brought in, Montez Sweat and Deron Payne and Terry McLaurin. Like, he's got a nice little track record coming with him. So I was happy they promoted him. What do y'all think about that?
Yeah, I like to see that move. I like, I don't pay much attention to the front office things outside of the actual draft time, but I actually saw an interview of his. I think it was like a 30-minute press conference or something.
Yeah,
he did.
I think the same one I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really informative, and I got to kind of know him through that, and so I like the move. From what I understand, his philosophy, his mindset, he and Terry are on one accord, and that's what really matters when you promote somebody to assistant general manager. So I think it'll be good for him, and also I have heard of his influence in the building. So if we can keep him for a little while longer to keep building on this roster, now that we will continue to have money, hey, I'm all for it. And yeah, he I can't remember the other guy's name. I always forget his name.
What, the guy, just Ryan Pace?
Ryan Pace, that's his name.
Yeah.
He was already.
He was already doing it. They just put his name on it now, so it's just official.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So good for him.
Yeah, Saivion.
So it's nice that we've kept him because, I mean, he's going to get a GM job here pretty soon.
For sure.
But if the promotion is what's necessary to keep him here for a little while longer, then so be it, because he's done a great job as far as player acquisition so far. And I mean, I just need as many good players here as possible. Like Fleek said, while we have this money, while we have as much money as possible,
At least get us through next year. At least get us through that bag of money we're having next year.
Right. At least get us to the window,
Exactly.
But as far as Pace, yeah, that's all it is. They just put a title on it. They just said, listen, here's what you do, but now we're making it public, and that's essentially what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, man. I got real quick. I missed ATL Peach. I got to shout you out. She said, I'm so late. Hey, everyone. ATL Peach has been watching and support literally since like I promised you day one. Like literally, she was like our first Instagram follower, first like probably sub on YouTube. Like she's been amazing. She has the same shirt I'm wearing and like 3 other shirts. Which, by the way, y'all, this new shirt's pretty nice.
I mean,
that is fire, bro.
I mean,
it is fire.
The white.
I like the outline. Yeah.
See, that did it. The white outline did it because I could actually put it on a black shirt and a red shirt. So yeah. So if y'all want those, by the way, you can go to bonfire.com/outofyourfalcon mind, and you'll find that there along with a few other different colors and stuff like that. Anyway, sorry, I just had to hijack that because I did miss her comment there. And then I read an article by Tori McElhenney on Tyler Algier talking about Bijan Robinson. And, you know, we're all fans of Tyler, and y'all know, obviously, I'm a huge fan of Tyler. And they ask, and this is pretty cool, and this tells you all you need to know about Tyler, man. They ask him, he was asked what Robinson could learn by working with him. And so his answer was, he said Robinson once said that he's trying to learn from me, but really I'm learning from him because him being an all-around back. That's my goal, to be an all-around back, protecting the quarterback, running the ball, being that threat in the backfield. I'm still striving to be that. Pretty damn awesome to hear your running back who got 1,000 yards last year, showed out himself, you know, outplayed his 5th-round pick by far, you know, come out and be that humble and just acknowledge the guy that you just drafted as an all-around back and like, hey, yeah, it's just going to be a healthy competition. We're going to learn from each other. And I mean, they're obviously different style backs, but they can do similar things. Like Tyler can catch the ball. He did it quite a bit in BYU, and I think he could do it probably more. We'll talk about that in a few minutes here with the Falcons. But man, just hearing that, I said it last week on the show, man. Like they have done an amazing job of getting like damn near like-minded individuals. Like all of them, they're all on the same wavelength. Like they're all hard workers. They all want to. It's like you have to pass some kind of test apparently to get like past. You know what I mean? Like any free agents or any, like you have to probably answer like a series of questions. And if you miss one, then you're probably out. Like, you know, like all these guys seem to just be on the same page, which is awesome. Because I can't remember a time in a long time that we've seen, you know, a team kind of like that, the chemistry. Because that's one part in football that is kind of like sometimes overlooked is the chemistry between just the team in general. I mean, any thoughts on that, guys?
Yeah, I was going to say, I always say that word that Terry Fontenot uses a lot, the ethos. Like when they said from day one that they're only bringing certain types of people in that locker room and you have to fit the ethos, you have to be on the same wavelength and believe what they believe in. When I tell you that entire locker room has bought into that, and everybody that has come through that building in the last 3 years has been a solid individual, willing to learn, coachable players, players of the culture, ready to let me tell you what got me excited. To see Jesse Bates and Calais Campbell choose the Falcons and also publicly state, hey, I see something special being built here and I want to be a part of that, right? Jesse Bates just left the same situation where Cincinnati, his first few years, they were down in the ruts, you know what I'm saying? And he stuck with it, obviously. Being one of the best free safeties in the entire league. And on the latter end of his career in Cincinnati, he was able to kind of reap those benefits. He saw what it was like to reach the top, right? He didn't win the game, but he got there, right? So I can tell that they really, really believe in Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot, and they believe in the players that they're bringing in. And that's really special. That really gets me more excited than any film that I can watch. Because when a team plays on one accord and all buy in, I don't think there's a limit to what you can do.
I love it, man. Everything you just said, Saivion.
So the word that I can say is unselfish, and I don't want to go too far into it because that's going to be big onto what the big topic is today.
Right.
But it just seems like this is a team that it doesn't matter who gets the ball at whatever time. We just want to win. Get us to where our best chance to win is. And I think that the signings of Bates, of Calais Campbell especially, because that he had no reason to come here. Calais Campbell had absolutely no reason to come here. But I think that's a microcosm of what the culture is that they're trying to build here is. Like, they're trying to show, okay, listen, yes, you are a good football player and you are amazing on the field, but you also have to be a good human being. And bringing in guys like Calais Campbell, heck, like Bijan Robinson, from what I've seen so far, just have been complete symbols of what they're trying to build here when it comes to both on the field and off. And I couldn't be prouder to be a Falcons fan.
Yeah, man. When anybody asks me, or when when we're on shows or whatever, and like, what's your favorite free agent signing? Like, for me, it's always Calais, just because of what you just said. I mean, like, it's not necessarily. I mean, yeah, you can say Jesse because of obviously the talent he brings and everything like that, of course. But the fact that in his 16th or 17th year or whatever it is, when he had the chance to go to legitimately 2 Super Bowl, like, there's no question, literally 2 Super Bowl contenders, and he didn't even take the meeting. He just said, no, thanks, I'm good. I already know where I want to go. The fact he did that, man, that just speaks volumes, man, for what we're building, what we've done, and it shows other potential free agents. Like, that's the thing around the league. They're like, Calais signed where? He did? What do they got going on down there? Like, that type of thing. So, like, that leads into whatever may happen mid-season, whatever may happen next year. And I mean, hopefully we show it on the field. We have a good season like we all think we're going to, and we just improve that next year. But yeah, to me, man, that's just, I mean, bringing him in, and then just every other guy we brought in on that defensive line, man, they're all just cut from the same cloth. So it's like, and they all, like we thought before, they all defer to Grady, man. They all say, hey, this is Grady's squad, which is great, because I mean, that's that they already know, so that's awesome. Let's see. Let me get back in here. Miss Pam said we will run the table and win the division, and the playoffs will run through the bins. I love that.
Oh my God!
Call it now, Miss Pam. Call it now. I love it. She says, I can't wait for training camp. I'll be there. We'll be there too. I don't know what days. Fleek, you going to training camp?
I will try. I got to look at the schedule, and you know what? This year I'm gonna go ahead and say I will, because last year I wanted to, I didn't get a chance to. I went to the early practice at the bins. I'm actually driving down to Flowery Branch this year.
Hit me up, because you're not that far from me, man. We can ride together. Because I mean, we can just shoot up there. I know, Saivion, you're what, North Carolina now?
3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah.
He said, send me clips.
I'll send you clips. Right. Yeah. I'll send you clips. But yeah, no, I mean, what she was saying though, Fleek, what is your? We haven't talked since the draft night. So what's your expectation for? You tell me, record wise, players, that anything you want to just throw out there.
All right, so this is actually the first time I'm even talking about this since that time, I think.
That's true.
So many thoughts. Record wise, I think the Falcons have a real shot to go like 11-6. And I've looked at that schedule so many times, trying to convince myself that I'm tripping. But like, I don't think I'm tripping. Like, I'm looking at the schedule and I'm looking at the teams. Obviously, it's a new season, so you just never know. Like, maybe the Titans are like demons this year. Like, maybe Carolina is crazy. Like, you just never know. But like, from what I understand, our schedule isn't very strong at all. Like, one of the weakest schedules we've had. Pair that up with us having a bag this summer and being able to bring in all the free agents that we've talked about, not to mention Caden Ellis and David Onyemata. If Hefe hits and we have our CB2, that's another thing. We got a top secondary in the league. I really can see 11 or 12 wins, and I'm not just saying that. Like, I really believe that. I believe Bijan Robinson will be Bijan Robinson. I think he's going to translate very well. I try not to set my expectations too high, but I just can't help but to think of Saquon's rookie season. And I don't want to tell people that's what Bijan's going to come do, but he has the potential to do something like that. And that's special, right? Because you have Drake London still, who I believe is going to take the next step. He could be elite with good quarterback play. I truly believe that. And that brings me to the point of course, it all just depends on Dez. Do you believe in Desmond Ridder? And I believed in Desmond Ridder since the beginning. I watched the 4 games. I still believed in him after. He didn't deter me enough to not. He seems to have put in work in the offseason. The team believes in him. So I'm going to believe in him until he shows me that I shouldn't. So I really believe the team will be in a great position. And if we can get the playoffs to run through the bins, we haven't played a playoff game at Mercedes-Benz Stadium yet. I promise you I will be there. I will be there.
Oh, 100%.
100%. So I'm banking on it. I'm going 11-6. Win the division and host a playoff game. At least one.
I love it. Saivion, what do you say, buddy?
So, since we're putting record predictions out there, Fleek, I too have looked at the schedule, and I too have looked and just wanted to make sure that I was not tripping when I say what I'm about to say. But I can definitely, there's something about this season that screams 10 wins to me. It screams 10 wins, and 10 wins definitely wins the South this season. So I see 10 wins. There has to be somebody else. There has to be another division winner that's a bit worse than 10 wins. So I'm going to say 10 wins, at least a 3 seed, home playoff game, and potentially a second home playoff game? Question mark. I'm not finna say that we're winning a playoff game already because I don't even know what Desmond looks like yet.
Right.
But every time I look at this schedule, it's, according to all the pundits, it's the worst schedule in the league. And we've made such strides in one off season, at least on paper. I keep having to say at least on paper. But I don't see how this isn't 10 wins. I don't see how it's not.
And if it's not, something went bad.
Yeah.
Something had to go off. Something had
Really
to go off the rails.
Yeah, because this is what I keep coming back to. And I mean, like, we've been sort of critical of Arthur from time to time. And it's not really overall. It's just like in certain situational. And that's just, you're going to be like, that's every fan's going to be critical of their coach at some point, right? But the folks that are like this shit all over Arthur and say he's a terrible play caller, look what he did with what we had. With what we had at quarterback last year.
I don't know, okay. I saw this clip from our podcast, right? And I sent it to our group chat. And I was talking about, at the time, how our quarterback situation was. And I think it was after the Panthers game. That where Mariota did the helicopter thingy-majig, you know.
Yeah.
And to hear the pain in my voice, oh my gosh. Like, I don't know if people realize how bad our quarterback situation was last year. And no shot to Mariota the person.
No, it is what it is. Yeah.
It just is what it is. And we squeezed 7 wins out of that situation.
And could have been at least 2 or 3 more. Just a play is made. Like literally one play, or a fumble has not happened, or whatever. Like literally, we're like right there.
Right there.
So, I mean, the Bengals game was the only game we were just blown the hell out of.
Yeah.
So so to me, you look at the upgrades you made on offense, and like, I don't see how we're not scoring 25 a game. Like you just put that in pin almost. Like it should be scoring 25 a game. So of course it's the NFL, shit happens. It's going to, you don't know, injuries, all this things, that's stuff you have to say. And like Saivion said, it's supposed to be the worst schedule in the league. It's still the NFL. I don't care what anybody says. Like it's every year. We beat the 49ers last year by 2 touchdowns. That's not supposed to happen.
Still don't get it.
Yeah, that's still don't get it.
Not going to happen. So, I mean, like, they'll be one of those teams that beats us this year that's not supposed to happen. That we'll be like, what the hell just happened? Dez may throw 3 picks and everybody's, goes crazy and wants to see, Heineke. That's going to happen. This is, mark that shit down.
That's going to be a
so,
day.
yeah. So, but, like I said, I mean, if and we've all thought about it, man. If Dez is just, and it gets thrown around as a bad term, but I don't see it as bad as a game manager. I don't think that's bad. Like you like any good quarterback, that's what your job is. You have to manage the game like that. The ball is in your hands every time on offense. It's your decision making that is going to decide whether or not it's a turnover or it's not. So, I mean, as long as he's in sync with the guys, which obviously I think he will be, as much work as he's put in the offseason, and he goes out on his own time and works with these guys. I mean, yeah, I don't see how we're not at 10 wins. And if we're below that, yeah, something went horribly wrong. There's been an injury or just Dez is not who we thought he was. That's going to be
Right.
basically it. I mean, because I just have a hard time not seeing it, man. I just really do. Obviously you already know Mike's already said 17-0 straight to the Super Bowl. So, and he won't come off of that at all. So, I mean, that's just going to be it. But that's how Mike does it.
Yeah.
But that does just flow into our next, which is our main topic for tonight, is this positionless football that Arthur has. We've heard it now for a while. And look, we've seen players over time, like Debo, if you want to say Christian McCaffrey, could have been the start of it all together if a coach had given him a chance earlier in his career, but nobody did that until he came here. So, and you could say that, Shanahan's offense kind of runs that way, kind of like, Taylor Gabriel was kind of that kind of X guy for us, didn't know, you use him jet sweeps, all kinds of different ways. But I mean, seeing how Arthur does this year, like if this is going to be a success this year, and now watch, man, like, because it's going to trickle down to high school. You're going to have players training at all different levels, like receiving, running. Same thing with defense. You'll have guys that are just like hybrid type style linebackers, safeties, which you already kind of have in a way. Mm-hmm. So obviously the lines are two things you really can't mess with. You still have to have big hosses on the lines. You got to have quick guys on your edges. I mean, that's just going to be the thing. But your skill positions and some of those corners, back end positions on defenses, I mean, you're going to see some changes, man. Then I get to college, and you're going to see it happens every year. It's a copycat league. You're going to see other offenses try to draft guys like a Bijan that you can line up anywhere, and you don't know what's going on because we've already said CP, Bijan, Tyler all in the same backfield or all in the field at the same time with the Kyle Pitts, who's also a guy that's of that same mold. He could be a receiver. He could be a tight end. I mean, what do you do as a defense, right? That's going to be any defensive coordinator is going to have nightmares the entire week leading up to them playing us because they're not going to know what the hell we're doing, and that's going to be the hardest thing. So yeah, I think it's going to number one, I think it will be a success, and two, I think it will start a new trend. I think you're going to see. It may take a year or two or three or four for that matter, just because the trickle down effect. But I do think it's going to happen eventually. Fleek, what you say, bud?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I was in when he said that last season, like just talking about Kyle Pitts. Like that was the start of it for me. When we drafted Kyle Pitts and he's branded as this unicorn, that's when that positionless thing really clicked to me. And I truly believe like that is the way things should go just because of the mismatches that it creates, right? It's already an offensive-driven league right now. If teams really figure out how to make this thing work right, it's just going to get even crazier because if you have guys like Bijan that can play at the slot, play outside, and play running back, and while Bijan's out wide, Tyler Algier, who just ran for 1,000 yards, can be your running back. Or Jonnu Smith can be your H-back. Like, whatever you want to happen can happen, like, at any time. I just think that's the way that the league is going to end up going. And I'm actually interested in what that's going to do for contracts, especially with the running back market.
Big time.
I am interested in seeing how that works in the next 4 or 5 years. Because if it does work, and Bijan is this Christian McCaffrey type of player, he's not signing an $11 million per year deal, right? Because you're not using him as just a running back. He's be different. So I think kids growing up are going to see him and see McCaffrey and see these players and think, man, like, if they're not valuing running backs for just being running backs, maybe I need to sharpen up my skills at all these other places too. And so eventually you're going to start seeing these guys come in, and that's just what they are. You're going to start seeing these Shohei Ohtanis of the NFL. Like,
and as a coach, you can't not utilize their talents, right? So you're gonna have to line them up where they're going to get you wins. So
exactly. So yeah, and I do think it's gonna work. I do believe that as long as Desmond Ridder can spread the ball around efficiently, man, I think we're gonna see big years from Bijan, Kyle Pitts. I think everybody's gonna play a big role in this offense, right? And that's what I'm most excited about. So yeah, I guess my simple answer would be, yeah, it's going to work. It's going to work very well. And it's going to become a trend very soon.
Saivion?
I'm so ready for a 2-minute drill where we just sit in a 22 type formation with freaking Drake outside as the lone receiver and Kyle Pitts lining up everywhere. Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson next to Desmond Ridder, and Jonnu Smith as the last guy. Or maybe they have Parker Hesse there as an ace back, just to just to put the illusion of run out there. And then hike it once, get back on the ball. All of a sudden, it's a 2-wide set with Kyle Pitts outside and Drake London outside.
Oh my gosh.
Freaking Bijan Robinson is lined up in the slot, and it's just Tyler Algier back there. And the defense is just looking like.
Then you see the middle linebacker pass out.
You know what? That's
what
a
happens.
great point. I didn't even think about that.
I
being
just
able
think-
to use these guys.
I just think about that, and I'm just thinking about the linebacker that was just on Bijan Robinson out of the backfield, and he's like, "You're
Shit.
going vertical. You're going vertical, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're going verts."
You're
Like
going
I'm
deep.
just, it's mind-boggling what you can do with this, and you don't even have to switch your personnel off the field.
That's it.
And it's going to look amazing. Like you said, the Shohei Ohtanis, I've always called them the Boston Celtics of the NFL right now, because they've essentially said, listen, we're going to beat you however we want. It's not about what you want. It's about what we want. And we're just gonna take it. And I think that's what they've been doing. That's been kind of the message since Arthur's gotten here. But honestly, when Ryan Nielsen got here, I think that was kind of the cementing for me. Like, oh, they really are about this, this mindset of, oh, we're just gonna take what we want. We're not waiting for it. So that's kind of what I'm excited about. I want to see them get aggressive on both sides of the football.
Oh yeah, me too. I said that. I think Aaron asked on the podcast what were we most looking forward to. And that's what I said, dude. Just an aggressive. I want to see sacks. Like I want to see freaking sacks, man. It's been so damn long since we've seen like our guys get after it and get 21 sacks last year and 18 the year before, whatever the hell it was. I mean, like
18.
I mean,
Yeah.
We could no, yeah. I just wanted to see just an aggressive, punch you in your face, freaking defense. That's all I want to see. Like that was also most exciting. Obviously, all the skill positions we just talked about, but that was my biggest thing. And looking at what we were just talking about, I mean, talking about Tyler being able to catch the ball, I think just to keep him honest, he's going to call plays with Tyler catching the ball, just so they know, like, hey, just because Tyler's in the backfield doesn't mean it's going to be a run. We could put him out there. He could catch the ball because you can't get predictable. You can't be like, okay, well, Tyler's in, it's going to be a run.
Right.
That can't happen. Because then that'll be not a good thing. But and the same thing, and we every week we talk, and he gets mentioned maybe once or not at all. But Jonnu Smith is like the guy nobody talks about. That could be just the guy that unlocks Kyle, unlocks Bijan, like just allows him to do other things, man, that nobody's saying a word about. Or he could benefit himself and has insane numbers like he had back in Tennessee with Arthur. So I mean, either way, it's a win for us. I don't really give a shit who has the numbers. As long as somebody's got the numbers and we're winning games, then I don't give a damn. I mean, like, it's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so I was actually listening to a podcast, the Athletic Football Show today, and one of the things they learned from like the top offenses last season was that usually when it comes to target shares, it's going to be like the top two guys in the offense, when it comes to passing the football, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so with the Falcons, that's Drake London, and then who's the second one? You know what I mean? Is it Kyle Pitts? Is it Bijan Robinson? You say that, but with how this is set up, it could be Bijan Robinson, it could be Jonnu Smith, which is probably not going to be, but still, probably. Like the fact that it can be is just crazy to me. And so I think, and I don't know if that's just the unknown of what this offense is going to be, or if that's just the fact of, everyone in this offense truly is a weapon. But I'm very excited to find out.
Agreed, man. And I've seen a lot of different things online about, Kyle Pitts possibly being a bust and stuff like that. And I can't understand that mode of thinking just yet because he had a rookie season with Matt, who obviously set the world on fire and whatever, over 1,000 yards receiving, and then he has Marcus throwing to him, and you cannot connect with him at all. I mean, had the worst worst thrown uncatchable percentage in the NFL. So I mean, like, I don't know what you expect him to do. Then he gets hurt. So, like, at that point, like, I don't know. But it's almost like the Julio factor, where it's like, Julio got a bunch of crap for not getting in red zone touchdowns, because, he was always double, if not triple teamed at that in some games. So Kyle brings that same kind of, whatever you want to call it, to the game because, again, you can't just put a linebacker on him. You can't put a safety on him. Like, you're going to have a couple of guys trailing him wherever he goes. Otherwise, he will eat you alive the entire game. So, I mean, if you have a quarterback that can throw the ball, which I'm pretty sure we do. So, I mean.
They were bracketing Kyle Pitts like week 5 in his rookie season. I remember seeing it. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
They're already giving him so much respect.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's just a freak. I mean, you kind of last year people forgot because they didn't get to see a full version of him. And Mike, like that's Mike's breakout player this year is Kyle, because he's assuming he's very healthy on the knee, which the injury he had it's not an ACL. Typically, those guys take about a year before they're really comfortable on the knee to really just move. But with that injury, I mean, like, he should be pretty damn close to 100% when the season starts. So, I mean, you should see a fully formed, ready to go Kyle Pitts this year, which everybody would love to see. So, and I don't really, like I said, I don't look, if he's not catching the ball in the red zone, but he is the reason somebody else caught it, that's fine with me. Like, I don't need to see him get tons of, red zone touchdowns. If he does, great. But if like I said, if he's the reason Bijan's open or Drake is open or whatever the case may be, because there's guys stuck on him, great. Right. Whatever. Be the damn decoy. I don't care, man. Like, whatever. Just win the game. That's all I care about. What about JJ?
Most explosive.
Right. JJ said, this is great. He said, coming from a cautiously optimistic fan, we win the division, make the playoffs, and win a playoff game. And yeah, I mean,
JJ,
Carrie said 11-6 sounds good. I'm ready. That's right.
That's right.
Bubba said 3 plays away from 10-7 last year. He ain't lying. Literally 3 plays.
Very true,
bro.
Literally it's very true. Somebody there it is. JJ, JJ laid it out.
Bro, that's literally 10.
That's literally 10 wins.
We had that game in the bag, and that ball didn't get batted in the air, which is just crazy. Crazy.
2 fumbles. It's 2 fumbles and a batted interception.
Hey, and remember when TQ recovered the Austin Eckler fumble and he fumbled? That was
a game.
I was at that game, and it was a roller coaster.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we did this show with the Bolt Bros right after that. Yeah, it was insane. Pam said a year 2 Desmond Ridder is on the same page with his offensive line, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Arthur Smith will have more weapons to work with, 100%. And HLP said Desmond will have several targets. Will win 11 easily. I love it, man. See all this positivity. When's the last time y'all heard this positivity coming from us?
11 wins easily.
And they're
saying easily.
But I believe them. I don't think they're just saying this to say this.
They're not.
Normally, it's just Mike. Like every year, it's just Mike. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known Mike for 15 years, whatever. Like, it's literally, he's that way every year. We could have the consensus worst roster in the league, and he's like, fuck that, we're winning every game. Like, I mean, like, he has the I mean, like, it's, and then he's pissed when we don't. And I'm like, dude, I told you, but it's okay. I mean, that's but one time for the fan. What's going on, Jack, man? It's good to see you, brother.
Sir.
Make sure y'all check out One Time for the Fan, man. Jack, Bodie, Kiara, I think Kiara, yeah. And Chase says he was in here before. ATL Harrod, Steve, what's up, man? He said, glad to catch a live show, fellas. Worked late as hell today, so it's be a good cool day. I love it, man. Glad to see you, man. Steve y'all seen, I think if y'all are new to the show, you haven't, but Steve was on the show prior to the draft, I believe. Had a great one, man. Jack said, rise up, Falcons fans. Pitts is no bust. No, not, man. Absolutely not. And JJ said, fantasy football nerds are the ones who hate on Pitts. 100%, man.
Yes.
Yeah, Mike actually drafted Pitts last year, along with 3/4 of the team, Falcons team, and that. So yeah, he had a. We got to do a fantasy football league this year. Oh, we all do,
bro.
We're doing that.
Please.
Yes,
we're doing that.
Neither.
Just being in it alone with Mike is just damn hysterical. Because last year was his first year doing fantasy football, so he through the first 4 picks, I'm like, why is he drafting all Falcons? And why he literally with Matt Ryan was his quarterback. And I'm like, dude, and I get it, everybody kind of thought that Matt might have a good season with Indy before the season started. So I kind of understood it. And Matt's Mike's guy. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
But then later on, I'm like texting him like, dude, why are you drafting so many Falcons players? This is not going to be good for you. And then it was not. So he figured it out around week 4 or 5, and he started trading and picking up some free agents and everything. But shit, it was hilarious, man.
That's my dog. He plays with his heart. He got heart.
He was looking for Tevin Coleman later on the season. I'm like, dude, you don't need these. He's backing up somebody in New York. What are you doing? JJ the Great said, my dad's a Commanders fan, and we watched that game together. Oh my god, dude, I'm sorry, man.
No.
I'm sorry, man. King Ricci, what's up, man? He's Arthur Smith is closest to Shanahan that we got in a head coach, and I love it.
I have something with that actually. I wanted to ask y'all. So yeah, I wanted to ask y'all that. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna let you go with the chat, but I'm gonna ask y'all in a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hear you, John.
John, you with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, my mic keeps disconnecting. No, go ahead, man. Go with your thought. We're good.
Okay, so remember when Shanahan wanted, and this is just because of all the stuff that I'm doing with Vikings Wire. Shameless plug. You remember when Shanahan wanted Kirk Cousins, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's the perfect quarterback for him." It's a guy that is a quick processor. Is able to get the ball out quick, all of that. Could Desmond Ridder really be the right quarterback for this offense? Don't get it twisted. We don't know how good Desmond Ridder's arm is, just as a pure passer. But think about it this way. Arthur Smith's offense is kind of a more run-heavy Shanahan scheme, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Have we not been looking for, if we could get a Kirk Cousins-esque season out of Desmond Ridder one of these 3 or 4 years, if he turns out to be the guy, mixed with his athletic ability, could this be the perfect quarterback for Arthur Smith's scheme?
Legit,
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Yeah, so the thing is,
because you're not asking him to be. You're not asking him to be. Sorry, I mean, you're not asking him to be Pat Mahomes. You're not asking him to be Josh Allen. I mean, you're literally just asking him to make the throws that. I mean, and Arthur's already said that he wants to be more balanced this year, and that just leads you to believe we're going to be throwing more because he couldn't throw as much last year with Knucklehead at the quarterback position. So, and then he brought in Dez, and he had 4 games to try to figure it out. So it was more run heavy in those games, except for maybe the last couple. So, yeah, I mean, you don't need – this may be the offense that you don't have to have that superstar guy. You have to have a good guy, like you just said, who can process stuff quickly, who's got it from the neck up. I mean, I don't know why I couldn't be, man. That sounds like Des to me. I don't know why he couldn't be. Yeah, I mean, and A.T.L. Harris said, I'm on the record, 11-plus wins next year. Respect. Desbian's been knowing it.
No cap. See, I was going to say,
Desbian's is crazy.
Desbian's is crazy.
It is. Yeah, it is, man.
That's a good phrase, though. But, the one thing Desmond Ridder for sure needs to tighten up on is ball placement, right? And
right.
If he works on his ball placement and takes a step forward there, if he continues to progress in his pocket presence, because I think he got better with his pocket presence in each of the 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
If he continues to progress in that way, I see no reason why Desmond Ridder can't be as efficient as Kirk Cousins in this type of offense. What I think Kirk would be in this offense. Not like what Kirk is doing with Justin Jefferson and all those.
Right.
But what I believe Kirk would be in San Fran, I think Dez could do that here.
I had a conversation with a dude, and he was like, "Man, you really can't improve accuracy. You're either accurate or you're not." I'm like, "Bro, did you see Josh Allen his first year?" And I'm not saying,
oh no,
I'm not saying that Dez is going to be Josh Allen, but did you see him his first year? Like, of course you can improve it, man. You have to work on it. That's just, I
Yeah.
mean, you just work on it. That's it. I mean, like, you know, so.
And if there's one guy that I believe in wholeheartedly, mindset wise, is Desmond Ritter. And
mindset wise, 100%.
He is the type of guy, and this is why I know that Dak Prescott comparison has kind of run its course. But the reason I always bring up Dak Prescott's name is because, like, it just seems like guys like that can will themselves to being better. It's like they won't let themselves be bad.
Yeah.
So they always try to take the next step and become better than they were the prior season. So that's why I expected a big step from Desmond this year.
No, he reminds me mentality-wise more of Jalen Hurts than anybody, because Jalen is that same way. Like, you talk about gets benched in the national championship game. He's sitting there rooting on Tua like he just, like it doesn't affect him. And he comes back the next year and has to come in for Tua, win the game, then goes to Oklahoma, to finish out there, one more year there. And then, he was a second round pick, I believe. People shit on him his first year. They didn't want him. Philly fans, if Philly fans tell you they wanted him, then they're lying to you, because nobody wanted him at the end of the season. They're like, nah, this ain't the guy. So Dez is the same way. Like, he's like, y'all saw in the interview a few months ago, like, he's heard all the talk. He's seen all the negativity. He's seen all the doubters. He's seen everybody, like the ESPN, who is that? Why is he starting? Like, why didn't they go after Lamar? Like, he's seen all that shit. Like, all that does is fuel him. He's not the type of guy, it seems like from the outside looking in, he's not the type of guy that takes that and it hurts him, where it makes him feel sad, or I think he uses that shit as a complete motivator. And like, so he's want to do is want to come out, work harder, and prove everybody wrong. He'll say the right things to the media. He'll just say he's doing his job and he's, whatever. And he's already got that kind of Matt Ryan responses down. Like, if you've seen him do interviews, like, he's already got that part kind of mastered. But I think he looks like he's the type of guy that we like, yeah, motherfucker, this is what I'm going to do to you guys. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
So, and one more thing, and I'm sorry, I keep hijacking this. The thing with the thing about Ritter and Hurts, that comparison in itself is their career arcs have kind of looked the same. And like, Jalen Hurts came in at the last 4 games of 2019, or was it 2020?
2020.
It was 2020.
2020. Yeah.
It was 2020. Came in 2021 and took control of the offense, looked okay, tore us up, but tore us to shreds. But overall, looked fine the first half of the season, kind of figured it out the next half of the season. And then they gave him some more talent, and boom, now
in the middle of the MVP race.
So with Ritter, I mean, we can kind of skip the, he doesn't have the talent aspect of it. We can just kind of get into the evaluation part of it. Like, okay, is this our guy? Because we have the talent here. Yeah, we might not have a quote unquote receiver too, but we have the talent. He has more than enough weapons to be able to get a full evaluation of what Desmond Ritter is in the NFL.
Yeah. Yep. And dude, even Jalen is a guy that has improved his passing tremendously over the years. I mean, like,
from year to year.
Fleek, remember his first early years in Alabama? I mean, like,
especially his deep ball. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, John, I can, since we are Bama fans, I was talking to somebody about that the other day, and like, just a personal friend, and I think he had made a comment like, Jalen Hurts has always been a great passer. I'm like, bro, did you see Jalen Hurts with his dreadlocks at Alabama? He was a slant thrower and a runner. Like,
dude, he's worked on that so much.
Yeah, he's grown so much, and there are so many examples. And I say so many; these are still outliers because there are only like 4. But these are examples as of late that shows you can actually work on that and progress tremendously. Absolutely. Yeah, because Jalen Hurts' deep ball is miles ahead of what it used to be.
Oh. It was just throw it in the air as far as he could and see. Hopefully it was around the guy. That's what it was. But and he had speedsters there to pretty good receivers. Alabama run up under. Yeah, exactly. Tyler, so what's up, y'all? Ready for this secondary to show some people what's up? Terrell, Bates, Okudah going to do work. I haven't asked you guys about Okudah. That's one guy that I really hope pans out. But what's y'all's thoughts on Okudah?
I'm gonna let my DB go first.
Yeah, let's say exactly. That's
So-
exactly perfect.
So
idea.
here's the thing with Jeff Okudah. First of all, it's so hard not to get excited seeing him and AJ Terrell work with the exact same secondary coach throughout the offseason. That in itself, because we already knew that Jeff Okudah was technically sound coming in. That wasn't an issue. What the issue was why wasn't it already, like, why hasn't it been put together? You know, why can't we see what we saw at Ohio State in the NFL? And so even Dan Campbell was like, listen, this guy needs a fresh start. And I don't see Dan Campbell being somebody that lies. So he was like, listen, the guy's good. He just needs a fresh start. I don't know what it is about him being here. I don't know if it was Matt Patricia, but it was something that just wrecked his head. And now he's here. He doesn't, all of that weight of having to be cornerback one is lifted off his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? He gets to get the secondary guy. I don't know. I mean, it feels like, I hate saying this, it feels like the stars are aligning to where we might have one of the nastiest cornerback duos in the league.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to find out because he's going to be thrown at. I mean, they already know
he's going to be thrown at. Yes.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah, man. If Jeff Okudah hits in Atlanta, I just don't know. Like I am a fan of cornerback duos. It's actually one of my favorite things. Like when there are two solid cornerbacks on one field, Darius Slay and James Bradbury was kiss for me last season. Like I love watching that. We already know what AJ Terrell can be, right? We know who he is, and he's a dog on the field. I know the injury history that Jeff Okudah has had. I know he played a pretty much full healthy season last year, and it was a little up and down, but new scenario, new surroundings. Cornerback 2 doesn't have to worry about the top guy at all times, right? Knowing you have a guy like Jesse Bates behind you and a guy like AJ on the other side of you, I can only imagine boost your confidence because you're like, I'm out here rocking with the best. So let me show what I can be, right? From what I understand, just like everybody else that has come to Atlanta, seems to have a great mindset, seems to be very coachable. And we haven't brought up Jerry Gray's name to be able to work with Jerry Gray this year.
Oh, my God.
Who knows what that'll do for him? Man, if Jeff Okudah hits, and I'm hoping that he does, we're looking at like easily a top 10 secondary in the league possible, right? I feel like I'm being overly optimistic.
It's just because
it does feel that way.
It's just because of our history, man.
Yeah,
like that's all it is.
Man.
Like, I mean, I'll get to it before we get to in or out. I'll get to it, but like, I don't know if y'all saw Jenna Kelly's Twitter post about, like, she's writing an article for Falcoholic. Like, let me find it. She said, "Hey, Falcons fans, if I were put together a comprehensive guide to being a Falcons fan, what information and resources do you think I should include?" So, like, of course, there was a host of just answers, and all that kinds of shit, which was, you know, like what drinks to do, what day drinking type of stuff, like all that stuff. Yeah. But but honestly, that's why we're all kind of like, why are we so hyped? Like, am I going to get hurt again? Like, why am I so hyped? Like, you know, like that. But I mean, like, that's why. I mean, we've lived through a lot of downs. I mean, like, you know, this is totally different. Like, it's a different feeling for us. It's a great feeling, but it's just a kind of a scary and happy and like feeling all at the same time. But Jamal says Shanahan has been far better scheming the passing game so far, but though I agree. Yeah, that's a fact.
Very true.
For sure.
Very true.
For sure.
And that's definitely that's something that, you know, hopefully with a better passer, that Arthur can get better at. Steven said, I reviewed the usage of Patterson in 21, and it brought back a lot of the optimism I lost in 22 with some of his route concepts. I'm back on board. Also, Dales is the ideal QB for Kyle Arthur / offense, in my opinion. Me and Fleek are pre-draft Dez guys, and I think a lot of my optimism with Desmond is due to him being on an ideal offense for this skill set. Yeah, Yeah.
Yes.
He said his pocket presence was shook versus the Saints. Yeah, so understandably so.
Mhm.
And then I think it went back to his normal, pretty good pocket feel. To be honest, his out of pocket play, most rolling right was legit high end improv. Yeah. And look, if y'all don't know, Steven did a shit ton of film study on this.
A ton.
A ton.
Oh, yeah.
Like every game. Like, so yeah, he's not just saying it because he likes Desmond. So,
This man literally every single play.
Yeah.
yeah.
Shout out to Steve, man, because
Exactly.
he does the work.
My guy.
And Miss Pam said he would have beat Georgia in the playoffs game if the left tackle didn't get hurt.
Hey.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
And King Richie said, if you remember how Des seen the snap issue with Dalman and changed his game and to compensate for the snap issue. Yeah, I mean that's true. Dalman he had no snap issues after he took over.
Right. Yeah, and see little nuances like that about the quarterback position that maybe we may never understand.
Yeah.
Apparently, Des is getting better at.
Yeah, exactly. And Jamal's question here, how y'all feel about Drew Dalman going this year? He said, I feel like I'm the only one truly worried about Drew Dalman, and I'm not sold. It's funny, man, because Aaron asked us what we were kind of worried about, and that was the first thing I said. It's not that I'm worried about it, because I told him, I said, honestly, dude, nothing is keeping me up at night. Like, nothing is like, oh my God, what are we going to do with this position or this group or whatever? There are a few concerns I have. And like, yeah, that was one of them. I think my hope that Matt Bergeron makes starts at left guard and is the guy we think he is. You know, when you've got him, hopefully he is going to be really good. Next to Matt, next to Drew, along with Lindstrom on the other side, that helps. That's a big help. But yeah, you still can't get blown off the ball a lot like he did last year. So that was, I thought there's a position they could have upgraded in the offseason, but I mean, you could tell like they kind of were going to ride with Drew last year, and it kind of made me feel like, they're probably going to just give him a shot. I do think this year is kind of a make or break type of thing, though. I think if he just has a shit year this year, they may be like, okay, we got to address this. But Ms. Pam said Drew good. He has no issues with Ritter. It was Marcus that had the issue. Yeah, it's just possible. But and then I kind of agree here too with Steven said. He said, in my opinion, Drew isn't bad enough to ruin the offensive line, so I'm not super concerned about it. I expect average to slightly below average play from here this year. And that's kind of where I'm at too. Like, I don't think he's bad enough to ruin everything. But, there could be some times where, like, damn it, Drew, like, what are you doing? Like, there could be those type of situations. But,
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are y'all kind of the same way, kind of like, on, like, hit or miss or just hope for the best type of thing?
Drew Dalman and I have a complicated relationship. But I will say what you said, John, like possibly having Bergeron right there and being solid right next to him. And then having the best right guard in the NFL, yes, I said it, to his right again, can only help. Hopefully he takes a step forward. If Arthur believes he will, like I said, I'm going to let these guys prove me wrong. I'm going to just wait and see. I take a wait and see approach with Mr. Drew because he and I are,
So with Drew Dalman, the thing about that is we have a rookie left guard more than likely, and we have a average to below average center. And on a usually that would be enough for me to cause concern, right? And that's kind of why I thought I was with you, John, thinking that, we could probably bring a center in here to a veteran center because, that's usually what you want with a blossoming quarterback. But whatever. If we're going to roll with Dalman, I guess we're going to roll with Dalman. So the thing is, the reason why I'm not as worried is because of Desmond's improv ability. So if Desmond Ritter is as good as we say that he is, as good as we hope that he is, he will be able to maneuver out of the pocket. And that is one of the things that he did both in Cincinnati and he's shown a little bit of in the NFL. So if he is as good as we think that he should be, that will be a good barometer to see, like, how good is he? Like, is he still that guy that can that can win out of structure like we need him to be if this offense is going to take that next level?
Yeah, I think that's perfect. Because, if Dez was a straight drop back, then I'd be really worried. I mean,
Cool.
because
Yeah.
you're gonna get pressure up the middle. That's going to
Mhm.
happen. So,
Yeah.
but the fact he can move out, yeah, I agree with you there.
Mhm.
Bubblegum said change the scenery and wants to give the league, middle finger
Yeah.
and show prove everyone. I think he's talking about Kuda. Yeah,
I think that's Okuda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's 100% right. Yeah, Miss Bamson and base the defensive helps grant out. Also additions of Nielsen and Gray. This is not the same old Falcons team. Different attitude, different is good.
We keep living out Richie Grant.
I was about to say, man.
We keep
that guy
leaving
is
out
like-
Richie Grant.
I'm gonna keep pounding the table for that man, dude. Like Mike makes fun of me, but
Yeah.
since day one, I've been on that dude's side. So if he can't flourish in this defense, he ain't the guy. That's what I mean. Like this is set up perfectly for him to play his style of game. So he just got to do it.
It is.
Go hunt.
Alone.
Go hunt.
Go hunt.
Go hunt.
Hey, Fleek, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but man, do you think DeMarco may have a chance? Hellams sneaky getting on there and making some plays?
I do. I'm not gonna lie. I do. He has that attitude, that mentality, and I mean, playing for Saban for as long as he did and starting for Nick Saban on his defense is nothing to sneeze. He's a captain. I mean, I understand we got him in the 7th round, right? The 6th or 7th. Like, and I understand what that looks like.
Mhm.
He's a player that the only thing I worry about with him is getting him down the field, covering guys vertically.
Yeah.
Can't do that. But if we can keep him near the line of scrimmage and like just let him read and react, I think he can carve out a role in the defense.
Yeah. The Tennessee game, we can't have that basically. Like the Vols game, that can't not happen. Like if he's getting cooked by Jalen Hyatt and those type of guys,
Yeah, no.
But he's your true kind of box type of safety kind of guy. But like if you talk about a dude that's going to tackle and knows how to tackle and come up and hit you, like he's got that in him, But go ahead, Saivion.
Also, too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just right quick, because we spoke about Michael Walker earlier, and one thing that Michael Walker struggled in coverage a lot.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe, and I'm not saying Hellams should like switch positions or anything, but DeMarco Hellams could cover a tight end infield.
Dude,
he could cover a running back infield. But like, I could see him playing linebacker, bro.
Dude, it's funny. I said the same thing, dude. Like about I don't know how many shows after we drafted him. I said I wonder because he's already like 210, 212. I was like I wonder if he can add 10, 15 pounds. And you put him as a linebacker. Because, I mean, like because I thought that. To him, that would be like the most logical thing is to have a long career because I don't think he can unless he's just in the right situation. And if there was no Richie Grant, maybe it would be, but still that pass that would be a liability a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I agree.
So just straight Keanu Neal him is essentially
basically.
No, I think that would actually be pretty good. But no, the one thing that I wanted to say because it's been on my mind ever since we drafted him on special teams, being able to come down the field and being able to just hit something is going to be awesome. That is going to be something that's going to be something that I'm going to have to watch on kickoff. Like I don't like you know how you like when you're watching film, you're like, here's the kickoff again. Come on, man, I'm trying to get to the offense. I got to get to. You can't do that now.
I'm watching the missile
because Hammer Hellams is coming.
Right,
I love that.
Dude was nicknamed Hitman, man. He was for a reason.
Hitman, I like that better. Hitman Hellams, I like it.
That was his nickname with Alabama. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, and his teammates gave him that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tyler said, "Man, I just want my hope to mean something real one day." Man, that's all of us, brother. That's all of us, dude. JJ said, "Question for the panel: if we win the Super Bowl one day, y'all shedding a tear?" Oh, 1,000.
A tear?
A tear? I was about to say one single tear. I will be crying for 30 minutes.
Dude, we'll all be on the phone with each other, just bawling like little girls.
Kumbaya.
On FaceTime.
On FaceTime.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Onions will be cut.
Kimmy said, I think linebackers are weakest. Yeah, I mean, I think as a group, I think that's the biggest unknown that we have. We don't know that. We hope Troy's a smart guy. We hope he makes that next step because we're betting a lot on him to say that.
Yes,
so I mean, So he's got to take that next step. Until said, I got another early start and busy day tomorrow. Got to go. Hey, appreciate y'all. Great show. Love y'all. Love you too, brother. And he said, keep up the great work. Appreciate you, man. Mr. Ramsey, I'm so excited about the defense. They're going to create havoc on the opposing offense. I can't wait.
Yes.
Me too, man.
Yes,
Me too.
they
Joel,
are.
what's up, brother? He said, finally made it to a live. It's been a minute, man. Hey, man, you're here. It's all good. You know, we put him on the you can always watch the playbacks, buddy. It's all good. Mr. Hammond said that DB room is packed. It's going to be competition at its best. Absolutely. JDS said Hunter Hellams. I love it. Yeah. Like Triple H.
I say,
I dig it.
ooh, I like it.
I like that too.
That's really good.
I like that too.
We got some creative fans, bro, in this fan.
I'm trying to tell you.
We really do. You know what? Actually, go ahead, John. I'm gonna save that for one of my in or out questions.
Perfect. We're gonna get to that just in a second. Pemberton, I disagree. Anderson and Ellis are good. No, yeah, I think they're good players. I just think as a unit, we don't know what they're going to be just yet. So, I mean, I think Ellis is going to be more of that pass rushing type of nasty, get after it type of dude. That's what he wants to do, at least. I mean, so we'll see what he's actually doing. But
yeah,
and then but Troy is I mean, Troy had some really good spurts last year, and some times you were like, whoa, what are you doing? But it was kind of what you expected. I mean, like he only knows one speed, and he is a ridiculous athlete.
100%.
So if you're not for him, it's just slowing down. Like it's mentally, it's just once he's like we've said it, I don't know how many times on the show, and I'm sorry if you guys get tired of hearing it, but the freaking Bears game, man, he shot the wrong gap and he still made it back, and still got down the line and tackled a dude in the back. So you don't see linebackers making those types of plays in the NFL. You just don't. So if he can just have everything slow down in front of him, and like I said earlier with kind of Nielsen's defense, I think that'll kind of be the case. I think, he'll be able to, and we've all along, the guys up front, like you said earlier in the show, Saivion, those big dudes up front are going to make this linebacking course so much better because, I mean, they're going to be able to just allow them to roam and do their thing. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think they're going to be bad. I just don't. Like I said, this is the biggest unknown because we were pretty confident in the secondary with those guys. Yes. We're really confident in the defensive line with those guys. So that's just the only kind of unknown. Go ahead, Fleek.
No, I was just gonna say I'm just thinking about like a set where
Absolutely.
David Onyemata and Eddie Goldman are like just eating up gaps in space for Troy Anderson to come flying in.
Mm-hmm. He said, King Rich said, I'm just saying it because I'm not sold on Walker. Everybody else, I'm good. Well, that's everybody, dude. Everybody's waiting on Walker, man. It's kind of
yeah.
I mean, she said Troy had a block climbing. Yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just amazing.
Brought us back in the game that game too.
For real.
Yeah, man. All right, so we're approaching 125 here. So let's go ahead and get to in or out, boys. So y'all know how the game is played. We've, Mike, I normally we say something, either in or you're out, and I'll go ahead and start off since So, are you guys in or out? Caden Ellis over 7.5 sacks this year. Fleek.
Ooh.
I know it's a shitty number.
In. Just because. Damn, that is a number though. 7.5.
That's a number, yeah. That's a number.
7.5.
I couldn't make it easy, man.
Man. Oh man. When was the last time anybody on our team had 7.5 or more sacks?
Abraham, probably. I'm guessing. I'm just taking a guess.
Big Beasley.
It was Vic. Yeah, you're right.
Vic Beasley.
Poor Vic.
I'm gonna say in because I'm hopeful. I'm gonna say in, but not that I don't think he can do it. 7.5 is quite a number, but I think he can reach it. He's with his defensive coordinator that used him as a chess piece and allowed him the freedom to be able to. I think he had 6 or 7 sacks last year in New Orleans in
less than
last
a season.
11 games.
Yes,
yeah,
in less than a season.
So if he can carry that over, I can see 7+. I'm gonna go on in.
So for a full season, I think 7 is a good number for him, and that's why I'm upset at you, John.
Right.
I think 7 is like the perfect number for a prediction for him.
Yeah.
So because I'm optimistic, I'm going to go over.
Love it.
I'm going to be in.
Let's go.
But I really do think 7 or 8 is like the perfect number for him. And I think that if he's getting 7 or 8, that means that everybody else, either across that line or on the outsides, they're getting pretty close, if not over that number 2. So
yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
Real quick, Tyler said, how big a factor do y'all think Eddie Goldman's going to be? I think they're going to figure out how good a shape Eddie's in first. Taking a year out of football and not playing a lot the year before. I think he could be a big factor. He's a big freaking dude in the middle. And like, I think he's kind of I think he's just kind of like found money. If he's good, then great. But I mean, we've added so many other guys, like, I mean, you can never have too much depth on the line though. So I mean, I'm not
right.
I'm good with it. Yeah. Y'all feel the same way?
Yeah.
100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Fleek, you go next, buddy.
All right, so my first in or out. In or out? D. Alfred wins the nickel cornerback battle.
I was going to ask you guys that, and I forgot. So that's a good one.
Who's first? Who's first on that?
Go ahead, say.
God dang it.
Absolutely been
initially or like throughout the season, because those are different answers for me.
Week one.
Initially, yes, I think I'm in on that. I think he does win it, and I think he keeps it for a good half of the season until Clark Phillips is like, listen, you can't keep me over here for this long. You can't keep me out.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
I hate to be boring, but yeah, I could 100% agree. Yeah, I just think Clark's going to be just like clawing at the freaking
exactly
in there. Yeah.
So, I'm the same way. I
think it's going to push D too, though. I mean, you're going to see the best out of D, I think, as well.
He's a really good player. He made a lot of plays last year, and coming from the Canadian Football League, sealed the Cleveland game. Clark Phillips, I will say, is the guy that I see being the starter by season's end for sure. Like that's my guy. But I think D. Alfred has the leg up, and I think he starts week one.
I like it.
So crazy how much depth we have in that secondary, man. I mean, heck, we still have Hawk back there, man. That's so wild.
Yeah, we haven't even had to mention Darren Hall's name. Hey, that's good. Right?
Well, good.
I mentioned it last week because PFF has him as our starting nickel corner.
No.
Okay. Well, no, probably not. I wouldn't say.
But I mean,
thanks, guys. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Good. You're up, Saivion.
All right. So mine is not Falcons related. This
Perfect.
is actually due to a conversation that I had at work today. In or out? Frozen Pop-Tarts are an underrated snack.
Ooh.
I gotta be out because I've never had one frozen.
You've never had a frozen Pop-Tart?
Never had a frozen Pop-Tart.
Guys, freeze a strawberry Pop-Tart and then get back to me, okay?
It sounds beautiful.
I actually happen to have some downstairs. I'm gonna do that tonight.
Freeze a strawberry Pop-Tart, then get back to me with your findings.
With your findings. All right, man. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Oh my god.
Do too. All right, so mine's not related to Falcons either now. All right, and this kind of Fleek with you, and I know both of y'all are huge in music as well in general, but so when y'all hear your favorite singer, rapper, bands, whatever you want to call it, and they change up their sound, or they just they may have their first, second record, you're just like, oh man, this is amazing, and also they go away from it. So are you of the crowd that like, are you in that the bands on the idea of bands selling out, or are you just saying like, no, that's just them, like, I don't want to play the same record again. That's just them evolving as a band, them changing, like just not wanting to play the same music over and over again. Because I listen to like, y'all know I listen to like everything. So
yeah,
a lot of times like metal bands, for instance, they may start off heavy scream, and all of a sudden, but the singer can actually sing. And so like you start seeing albums, their progressive albums, like he's singing more, then like all of a sudden the entire album is singing. And he's pissed off the entire bunch of fans that started listening to him because he was a scream. And then they're like, nah, he just sold out. They're just they're soft. They can't do that anymore. To me, I don't want to hear the same album over and over again. Like I want to, like, as long as it's good music, like I want to hear something different. So y'all enter out on bands selling out.
You want to go first, Saivion?
So, I'm a big The Weeknd fan. So I actually have been like in your shoes 100%, hearing like his fans and all this type of stuff, hearing like his evolution of what The Weeknd is, like him coming from how him coming from his sound when he first started, and then getting to kind of like this pop sound that he has now, or had, because now he's an actor. But Tedros, yes. But yeah, I'm 100% in for letting up for having a musician change his sound or change their sound. I keep saying their sound whenever they want to, because it's their music. And ultimately, don't get me wrong, we are the consumers of it, and we kind of decide, how good it is, or we give it kind of like a rating or whatnot. But if that's what they want to do, let them take that chance and let them see what that evolution sounds like to them. I think that's just a beautiful thing of life that you can do that.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Fleek?
I'm 100% agreeing with Saivion there. Like, being an artist myself and making music, I know that sometimes you just want to do what you're feeling, right? And now, when I was younger, I kind of subscribed to the thought of like, if you got me here doing something, man, if you want to keep me here, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I will say one artist kind of changed my mind in that aspect, and he's an artist that unfortunately passed away. His name's XXXTentacion. Just his music itself, he was like purely a rage rapper at first, mainly. And then he dropped this beautiful album called 17, and I cried listening to it.
It's beautiful.
And I remember just thinking, like, that's art. Like, that's how you do a switch. Like, you baited me, you got me here with this amazing rage thingy, and then you just calmed my heart. Like, that's amazing to me. Like, I love when artists and bands have versatility to be able to do different things. So I'm completely in on it.
Like real quick, like one artist that I absolutely adore. I mean, probably my favorite artist right now is Kendrick Lamar. And the reason why is because he doesn't have a set style. He just goes with whatever he feels at the moment, and you can tell what he's feeling through whatever music it is that he's putting out. Like Good Kid, Mad City is different from To Pimp a Butterfly, which is different from Damn, which is different from Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and you can just almost hear him evolve throughout his career. And it's a beautiful thing when you listen to a discography from front to back, and you can hear a musician like Tyler said, and like Fleek said, you can hear them evolve.
Yep. Yeah, like Tyler said, it sucks when an artist feels trapped to stick to a style they feel they've grown out of. Yeah, 100%. And I don't know if y'all saw the mailbag show, but one of the questions for us was favorite new artist that we liked, and I'll have to send you guys a couple of reaction videos because it's a band called Sleep Token, and I don't know if you've heard of them. They've been around for about 5-6 years, but this latest album, I've never heard anything like it, man. It is a combination of R&B, rap, metal, and it's put together so well, like it'll blow your mind. Like it's like
I need to hear that.
The singer's voice is ridiculous, number one, but dude, he's dropping bars. You're just like, what? Like it comes out of nowhere. And there's some of the reaction videos are hysterical because they're like, they've never heard of him either. Just like, who is this? Like, how is, and it's crazy. They all the four guys they've remained anonymous their entire career. Like the singer just goes by Vessel. He wears like a freaking mask, and like the three other members, they have masks on, so you don't know who they are. And the guy, the lead singer, he literally writes everything except for the drums. He writes the piano, he writes guitar, he writes the bass, he writes the songs. Like Tyler knows. He said Sleep Token is one of a kind. It really is, dude. Like y'all gotta. I'll send you like a couple of the reaction videos. You'll love it.
Please do.
Yeah, exactly. So all right. Is it me? Is it me again? No, Fleek. Go ahead, Fleek.
Fleek.
So, back to football, back to the Falcons, but not necessarily the current Atlanta Falcons. There was a tweet going around this past weekend, right? Who was the best Atlanta Falcons to ever put on that jersey?
Damn you. Damn you for asking this.
I saw a lot of the same name. 95% of the names I've seen is Matt Ryan. Yep. Me, myself, if you've ever heard my take on it, you know what I'm about to ask you. In or out? Julio Jones is the best Atlanta Falcon to ever put on a jersey.
Damn it, man. Mother.
Let me know.
You're not playing this game ever again. I'm never inviting you on to play. I'm revoking your.
You taking my in or out?
Taking in or out card, man. You can do underrated, overrated. You can do breaks on your skates. Nothing.
No, don't give him underrated, overrated. He'll just find a way to bring this back.
That's true. Shit, man.
Dang.
Because here, all right, I don't even know how to answer this because, again, being an Alabama fan, like you, Fleek, watching Julio there, you fall in love with him there. Then he comes to your favorite freaking team. And does things that you've never seen a receiver do, really. Megatron, possibly. I saw that question too, and I tweeted out or responded back to it. I said I can understand anybody that says Matt, Julio, or Dion, even though Dion was only here for 5 years.
Yeah,
he still was, and he went on obviously to have a Hall of Fame career. I guess damn it, man. If you want to go ahead and say something, Saivion, feel free. I'm still walling it in my head.
So, are we talking talent-wise? Are we talking just straight up?
Straight up
best?
Straight up. Like when you watch this guy. Matter of fact, before you answer, can I give my argument as to why?
No, you know what? Hang on. I got it. I will say I'm in on Julio, and I love Matt to death. But this is why, because Julio is one of the best receivers to ever play the game, in my opinion.
Yes, that's my explanation.
I think Matt, great quarterback. I think really good quarterback, but not one of the best to play the position. We can legitimately make an argument that Julio is one of the, better top five receiver you've ever seen in the game. Yeah. So, yeah, I can be in on that. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, no, that was what I was going to say. When I look at it, right, and the only reason I don't put Dion over Julio is because he was only here for 5 years, but he's number 2 to me. Spoiler alert. But Julio was so consistently one of the best, if not the best, at his position in the NFL year in and year out. And his only debate was Antonio Brown. That's it for the 20, most of the 2010s. Julio Jones is the best receiver in the league. So if you dominate in our top 3 at your position, 8 out of 10 years? I mean, I don't know. Like you said, Matt Ryan's not in the top 5 quarterbacks of all time, in my opinion. He's a very good quarterback, but he's not in that echelon. Julio Jones's name sits and rings perfectly next to Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, and those guys to me.
Yeah, it does.
It
does.
And Jamal said Julio's my favorite all-time player, though I'm actually a Bama fan as well. So, yeah, well, I mean, dude, yeah. I mean, I've got the old school Bama freak. No, I've got, both. And Falcons jerseys sitting in my closet in there. So, yeah.
So, here's the thing.
We're both,
man.
by the way, we're all going to be banned for the next show, just so you know. Mike's going to hate every one of us for not saying
I
that.
know.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
Know.
I can't say Matt Ryan in good faith. I mean, he gave us the most stability. He gave the franchise the most stability.
Yes.
With his play, he did. I'll give him that. And so that in itself is a great argument to say, oh, he's the best, because he just won ever since he got here. He just won.
Yeah. I argue he's the most valuable.
I'm with that. I like that.
Yeah.
But best, I gotta be out. It's gotta be Dion for me. And I wasn't even alive for Dion. I understand. Don't yell at me. But when you say deep, so I love you, John.
See the Grays, man? I was. Shit.
If you're saying the best, Deion Sanders was the best, knew he was the best, and went on to the field and showed why he was the best. And he did that in a lot of jerseys, but he did do it in a Falcons jersey. So that means if you're saying the best to put on that jersey,
this is true.
Gotta be Deion Sanders.
This is true.
I can't argue with you. Because
not mad at that at all.
No, and that's he's. I mean, y'all have heard it. I mean, Mike and I both. That's the reason and we were Falcon. That is the only reason Mike became a Falcons fan, because he was in DC, living in DC, and he saw Dion play, and he was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And so that's what got him into football. Obviously, I was already in Atlanta, so but when he was drafted, I was 7, so like I really wasn't into it yet. But then around like 91, 92, when I really started getting into it, I'm like, man, this dude is just ridiculous. I mean, like. You knew even at that age, like at 10 years old, I was like, yeah, I had to be watching every game. Like, it was like Mike Vick was for y'all. Like that's how Dion was for me. Like I had to be glued to the TV, seeing if he's going to return a punt, see if he's going to intercept the ball, and like high step at the 50 all the way back. Like that was, what I had to be tuned in for. So I can't argue with either one of those guys, man. And I think Archangel agrees with both those. And Rich said Julio broke his own record. He did, man. Yeah,
he did.
Exactly right.
Julio had one of the greatest
runs
in a playoff game in that Green Bay Packers game. Yeah. And not to mention the regular season 300 he dropped on Carolina.
I'll always remember that. I'll remember where I was sitting for that game. Like I was in my mom's living room. And I'm just watching the game, and I remember somebody was like, "You can you turn this off?" Because nobody else is a Falcons fan. It's just me. It's just me. I'm the only Falcons fan. Like, can we turn this off? I'm like, I'm watching Julio do things that should not be done to other human beings.
And I will say the one knock, of course, is going to be the career touchdown number. I know that's going to be the one thing that people argue doesn't put him in that vein with Randy and them, but. I just gotta say, man, it's just a special player. Like I turned on some Julio Jones highlights last night, and they're just highlights. But I just hearing the commentators and watching the moments, it put me back in the moment when it was actually happening. And I think that he's probably the best player I've watched in my lifetime, and felt like he's giving me the best moments I've had in my lifetime as a Falcons fan, other than Michael Vick. But
Yeah, and Jamal's not lying, man. He said if I ask you who would the GOAT be in no position specifically, and you said Deion Sanders, that would not be blasphemy. And you're right, it wouldn't be.
Seriously,
no, it wouldn't be. Tyler said Deion was my favorite Braves player too, dude. He did both in the same day. Y'all know that, right? He took a helicopter after a game and played another game. And I mean, I've heard a lot of MLB guys say, and I watched him. Well, I'm with the Braves too. I'm a huge Braves fan too. He could have been a Hall of Famer as a baseball player, which is insane. To think. I mean, he'd had a lot more career, but just I mean, it's just nuts, man. All right, so Saivion.
All right, so I had one. It was Falcons related. I lost it, so I'm trying to make up one on the fly. Got it.
That was quick.
So
nailed it.
Right.
In or out for my two Bama guys.
Oh God.
DeMarco Hellams will be on this roster 3 years from now.
Well, I'm a homer, so I'm going to say in. I believe in him. I think he will be. If nothing else, just for special teams ability.
I mean,
you're in.
I had to go through the logistics in my mind. Like, okay,
gone. Right. Yeah.
I had to play it all out of my mind. I think he has the potential to do it, bro. I really do.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the logistics go through your mind first, but yeah. No, I think
see like y equals mx plus b.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
But no, the reason why is exactly what John said. He's going to carve out a role here, if not for anything, just for special teams. Like I really think that we got ourselves a nice little steal with him. I don't know about Gwen yet. Yeah, I don't know about Gwen yet. But I really do think that with Hitman Hellams that we found ourselves a nice steal, at least a special teams guy.
Right, and if he's on the team as a special teams guy, he can slide into that role if there's an injury, And then he just kind of then at that point he has a chance to either make it or break it. So
then he can kind of maybe he fits into that big nickel role that we that that we might need back down in the later on. But we'll see.
That's the thing too. Yeah, like I mean, he can get a lot better. He's also in the same room as Jerry Gray. Like he can
he's
become
in the same
a better
room.
cover guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who knows?
Yep. Well, so all right, guys. Well, that was a nice little interround. We could do more, but it's already getting late, so we got to wrap it up here pretty soon. But I'll answer a few more questions we got. Oh well, dude, Rich said he had one of the best catches ever, which is Super Bowl. I wasn't even going to bring it up, man. But bro. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
that should live in fame. Instead, it's an infamy.
Bro, like
it led to the biggest meltdown in one drive that you will ever see.
You know what's so sad about that, bro? Like Matt Ryan, that was one of the best throws I've seen in Super Bowl too, bro.
Dude, it was. I mean, how do you put it?
Oh my gosh.
Outstretched hand over his hands where only Julio, the freak athlete, could get it. It was, and he got it. I'm pretty sure broke his foot on the way down.
Tapping it down. Man, hey, listen, I'm a huge anime guy, right? And I have debates about anime fights a lot.
That's
a huge part of anime and how good an anime fight is the build-up. What led these two characters to this place? Julio and Matt had been such a great tandem for so many years before that. And if that play was the culmination of winning a Super Bowl, that just would have been like, that just would have been everything, man. Like,
I'm about to cry.
I'm telling you, I'm about to tear up. Jeez.
College said, as a Clemson guy and purely for Clemson reasons, Gwen ain't it. I respect that. I have a hard time giving Auburn any credit. So I mean,
that's real right there.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to end it on this, man. D said, do y'all support Desmond Ridder or do y'all have faith in Desmond Ridder or both? 100% both, buddy. Because I don't know how, as a Falcons fan, you can't support the quarterback, and I don't give a shit who it is. It could be me. I mean, literally, like, I would expect y'all to support me, even though I would suck at it. I would expect y'all to support me and want to win the game. But no, seriously, I mean, like last year, neither Mike nor I really wanted Mariota to be the quarterback. But we wanted him to do well because we wanted to win every week. So I'm going to support whoever is wearing red and black, man, on Sunday. I don't care. Like, I mean, I 100% support him, and I do have faith in him because, again, if it's just based on work ethic alone and what we've seen just from the neck up, I know y'all get tired of hearing me say that probably, but it's just the truth. I mean, that's what separates quarterbacks, man, in this league. It is. It's not necessarily arm talent. It can be. Now, if you have amazing arm talent that can get you out of some bad situations, it is. But it's the guys that really process stuff quickly. You've got to be able to pick apart a defense in a matter of seconds and understand what you're looking at. And the guys that can do that at a high level are the ones that excel. And I don't know that he can do it because we haven't seen it enough of it. But I think he has the ability to do it. So, yeah, 100% both ways, man. And I hope I'm right up both ways. And if I'm not, then I guess we're on to the next. But,
Drake May season. No, just but same, 100%. I support Dez. I support everybody on the Falcons. People rooting against a specific player on your favorite team is kind of always been weird to me. I'll always support my guys. And I have faith in Desmond. Yeah, engine number 9. I like it. Like, I think he'll take a step forward this year. Like John said, the mindset alone gives me, the faith that I need. I don't know if y'all got a chance to read it last year prior to him being drafted, but he dropped an article.
Players Tribune.
He dropped an article to NFL GMs as to why they should draft him. Mm-hmm. And reading over that article, I mean, I already believed in him because I was a fan of him at Cincy, but reading that article just solidified in my mind. And also how everyone around him talks about him, right? How much of a leader he is in year 2. Guys like Grady, Jarrett, who has been all around this league, seen ups and downs, knows what it takes. If he looks at Desmond Ridder and believes in him and thinks this guy could possibly be the one, I'm all in. I believe it.
So here's my thing with Desmond. Like, either everybody in the locker room is completely fooled by this man's salesmanship, and this man needs to be selling cars after he's done playing quarterback.
Yeah, he'll be just fine. Yeah.
Or this guy may have something, and I'm not gonna say it because no teammate is going to come out and say, "Oh, nah, I don't believe in this guy. This guy kind of this guy's trash."
Yeah. Yeah.
But there is something to say about everybody saying the same thing, saying, "Yo, I don't know what it is about this kid, but he's got something. He's got something up here that's different, that separates him." And so the only thing with that is, and the reason why, you can have faith and you can be supportive, but you can also be cautious, is that way of winning takes time to develop.
Mm-hmm.
He's only in year 2. So let's say those first 8 games, or excuse me, I'm not going to do 8 because if he has a bad 8 games, this fan base will have a riot. Those first 3 games, let's say that he has his struggles. Let's say game 4 he comes in and he rights the ship. Will we have confidence in him to be able to do that for the next 13 games? I think as Falcons fans, we're gonna have to. Because quite honestly, man, we've kind of hatched this season's wagon to Desmond Ritter's arm. So I'm here. I'm fully supporting him. I have my faith in him. I'm ready, man. Let's see what you got, Nine.
Yeah, show me.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Yeah, and I mean,
one more.
We could have an. I was going to say about Ritter, but we could have an entire show about that, and we probably will eventually because still that's not even
still late June. Yeah,
still late June. Briston, how do you guys feel about middle linebacker position with Troy Anderson, Michael Walker? I'm still confused how we haven't re-signed Rashawn Evans, which he didn't do bad.
No, he didn't.
No, I thought Rashawn did okay, except when he was in coverage, which he's not. He's never been a really good coverage linebacker. It's not really his thing. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a scheme fit. I don't know if it's money. Those are conversations we're obviously not going to know about.
Right.
I wouldn't be mad if they brought him back. I don't know how he would slide in here. I mean, obviously he was here because he kind of knew what the defense was with Dean, obviously from Tennessee. I'm confident. Troy was my pick on our mailbag show to be most improved player on defense this year. So I hope he makes that step. Michael, I still don't know. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the show, man. Rich, if you were here or not, but I don't know. We don't know. All of us, we don't know. It's just he's been up, he's been down. I think if he knows what he's doing now, if he knows what his role is, and it's not start with the green dot, lose the green dot, change positions, that type. I think if he knows his consistent role, he can be better. And like Saivion said earlier in the show, you've got that front up there to help him out. So I'm kind of a wait and see on Michael. Confident with Troy, and yeah.
Same. Wait and see on Michael. Troy is an insane athlete. Also a smart guy. If he can put it all together, he can be special. You don't like to predict high ceilings for guys just starting out and getting their feet wet and stuff like that. To put them in that position, it's not really fair to them. But so I won't throw out any comps or any names, but I do think that Troy Anderson has high potential, and he has the chance to be something special in this defense for a long time. Somebody
said in the chat last week or week before that they could see him being Luke Kuechly.
See, that's the name.
That's the name.
Which is so damn early to say after 1 year, but it is. But it's absolutely the name. It is. I mean, you can see a young. If he develops, you can see that type of player. Well, and honestly, a more athletic Luke Kuechly, which is freakish to think about.
It's crazy to say, right?
Right? Because I mean, for anybody that didn't see Luke Kuechly, and Mike said it too before, maybe the most underrated linebacker we've seen in a long time because of what he did on a week-to-week basis. But yeah, that's That's our that if I that's it. I mean, if dude, we struck gold, like super gold. If that's how he ends up being, like it's
Talk
talking,
about
yeah.
it.
And
Yeah.
Dixon Way, man. Make sure y'all check out Dixon Way, man. He's having a great time doing these Braves games right now. It's a little more fun than the Hawks games, I think it was. Him and his wife, man, they do play-by-play on their channel, so make sure you check them out. And he said
Nice.
put Troy on the outside so he can hunt QBs with that speed he has.
So
Down for that.
So with that, real quick, I like that idea. But at the same time, I feel like he would be so good in between the tackles that I don't know if you want to do that. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great idea, and if you want him to follow that running back wherever he goes, but you know what I'm saying? Just having him being able to shoot, especially with Ryan Nielsen's defense, I think is going to be more just see ball, get ball.
Yeah.
You know, and so with that, I think you'll kind of want him to be in the middle of it and being able to go sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
Yep.
And not to mention, this is real quick too. I think he already kind of has it in him, but Nielsen's got that like kind of badass edge to him. I think he's going to pass along to Troy because I think that's kind of the next level for Troy too, to get that confidence and that swagger to him, to where like he knows I'm about to mess you up type of thing. Like, yeah, I think that'll go a long way too. And Archangel said I need AK-47 to lock and load and shoot off this year. I think he'll benefit just like the other edges will. I think, man, with those guys in the middle, 100%. So
much potential on this team.
So much potential.
So much.
Guys,
The names just keep coming.
Man, yeah, we could go another hour. That's what's so hilarious about this.
So
June,
much.
we're sitting here talking for 2 hours about stuff. Man.
Yeah.
It is crazy,
crazy.
man. But man, thank you guys so much for coming back tonight, man. I can't wait to have y'all back with Mike. Obviously, next time around, he'll be in a new spot. Maybe he and I'll be in the same room next time y'all do a show with us, which would be crazy.
That would be awesome. Yeah,
that would be crazy. Yeah, man. Before we head out, man, Fleek, tell folks where they can find you, and then we'll go on to Saivion.
You can find me on Twitter at Ron Rico Season. I think I have it somewhere on the screen here. At NM Falcons on Twitter. That is also our podcast. Saivion and I, we frequent there. You know what I'm saying? We're still trying to get things patched back together. We've all been kind of busy. We've all been getting pulled into
the dead period.
Kind of ways.
It's life, buddy. It's life, man. It happens. It
happens, right? But we're gonna get it locked and loaded again, just like AK-47 will, and we're gonna get back to giving y'all that great Falcons content. So definitely give us a follow. And yeah, man, thank you for having me again, bro. It's literally my favorite show to guest on.
Man,
hands down.
I appreciate that, brother. You know that.
Of course.
Saivion.
Find me at Mixon. That is MIXSON _. Or no, I can't remember my doggone thing. Listen, my name is Saivion Mixon. You can find me at Vikings Wire.
It's late, man. It's 2 o'clock.
It's late, man. I gotta go back and feed my daughter. Listen, Saivion Mixon. I write for Vikings Wire. I write for ATB Network. I love being on this show. I love being on the new Millennium Falcons. And I also write for Blogging Dirty every now and again. Listen, I can't thank you enough, John, for having us on today, man. I miss talking Falcons. Not saying I don't love the Vikings, but I missed talking Falcons.
Yes.
Man, look, y'all know y'all are welcome, man. Anytime, man. Y'all two have been supporting us. Damn near since the beginning, man. Like literally like a month or so after we started, we all hooked up, and it's been like it's been great, man. We've been going both ways. Supported you guys with your podcast, and we'll continue to do so. And like they said, man, make sure y'all check them out, Hunter and Trayshawn. I know he's got a little one on the way, right?
If you think Saivion and I are characters, you gotta meet Trayshawn.
You gotta meet Treyway and Hunter.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like Mike said at the beginning of the show, probably most underrated Falcons podcast. So make them less underrated. Go subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do that.
I was about to say more rated.
Rated? Yeah, I was about to say rated.
I'm not sure the semantics on that one. But either way, I'll put the link to their channel in the description of the video once I get it out there, so y'all can go subscribe to them. But yeah, guys, and for y'all watching, man, thanks for hanging with us for freaking 2 hours. And Big Low, what's up, bro? He said, "What in the world, Bo? Tell Saivion to meet me at the Vision Hole. We're gonna get a hook."
What in the world, Bo? Let's do it.
Me and Low actually had lunch a few days ago. How about that?
Really?
Oh, I know that was amazing.
Little
Yeah,
ribs on you for me next, right?
Dude, we found out we lived like 10 minutes from each other. I had no idea.
Facts.
Really?
Yeah.
Ribs on low. Anybody?
Ribs on
but
low?
he did buy lunch, so I got him next time. So yeah, how about that?
Nice.
What in the world, Bo?
What a great
Right?
guy.
What in the world?
What a great guy. Hey man, Jordan, appreciate you, dude, man. Appreciate you, man. Dixon Way, awesome. Yeah, great show. Carrie, Basing Show. Excited to see you guys back.
Thank you, Gary.
Love you, Carrie. Appreciate it. Dixon Way said, yeah, John, you should qualify for super chats now. Really? Damn, I have to check my settings then if that's the case.
Let's
will do
go.
I
Y'all
was about to
better.
say, turn me up.
That would be great. Somebody sell Fleek, you still owe me $40.
What in the world, Bo? For what? I ain't even know. Hey, Big Lo, hit me.
You
again
talking
so I
about
can get you
ribs?
right.
You talking
I'm
about
asking for
ribs?
ribs. I owe him.
You had that's two slams.
Oh shit. Thanks, Larry. Man, I have to check that out, Larry. I appreciate you, brother. Anyway, you guys can follow us on Twitter out of your effing mind. That's mostly me. Mike will sign his tweets so he doesn't lock me into having to respond to all of it. So if you see --Mike Kit, you'll know it's Mike. Anything else is probably me. You can follow us on Instagram, Out of Your Falcon Mind, or TikTok, Out of Your Falcon Mind. And that is pretty much all Mike. And then you should be following him because he puts some funny ass shit on there. He'll do some shorts here on YouTube, which we're both going to be. Actually, we've got a skit coming we're going to do before the season, he and I together, but maybe a special guest or two. It's going to be fun. We're working it out right now, but it's going to be a good one. So keep your eyes posted for that. And we'll be back next Wednesday. We're going to do 7:30 going forward. So 7:30 next Wednesday, we'll probably have another guest on. Don't know what. We're just going to spend this time in the off season, man, just reaching out to folks and having them on, talking Falcons, and just keeping the conversation going because, got nothing else to do until training camp starts. So we might as well just keep it going.
One more month, guys.
One more
month.
That's right, man. Oh, and also, if you want any merch, like I said, like the shirt I'm wearing or hoodies or anything else, bonfire.com/Out of Your Falcon Mind. You can find all the stuff there. And yeah, they came out really good, man. I'm really happy with these. So anyway, you guys have a great night. We appreciate y'all watching for, again, 2 hours. Saivion, Fleek, much love, guys. We love you guys, man. Thank you for coming on.
Love y'all, man.
Of course, love y'all too, bro.
We will see y'all next week. And y'all know how Mike takes it out, right? So one of y'all got to do it. Y'all know how Mike takes it out?
Out of your Falcon mind.